I mean, the Knicks can't hire Rick Brunson as their head coach, can they?
No, I don't, and I don't think that's even an option that's on the table.
Okay.
Like, I don't think, I mean, I'm sure Rick wants to be a head coach in this league. I don't know if this is the situation he wants to do it in. I just, this is one of those things. It's weird. It's been a weird week, right? Of like, obviously Tibbs gets fired, and then this report comes out, and Izzy, we talked about this, but a reporter who's really not known
Speak their
for
name.
nailing. I'm not going to do that. I don't need to. First of all, like I don't need to do that because why would I give that person any more shine? But second of all, it's irrelevant. Like the point is like when you've been covering this sport for as long as you have, like me and Izzy have, you begin to realize there's a rhythm to news that comes out, and that rhythm is there's certain names that like if Ian Begley had reported it, I'm like, oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that about how they felt about Rick Brunson. If James Edwards, if Fred Katz, if obviously like a national guy like Sam Amick or Mark Spears or Chris Haynes or Shams, if any of those guys were the ones that reported, I'd be like, oh wow, this guy like is notorious for not like he always comes out with the salacious stuff and it's never founded in anything and it rarely ever comes true. So I'm like, well, I'm not listening to this. I'm not running with this. I think Rick Brunson is going to be whoever is get hired next is going to be the assistant coach for the next coach. It's one of the reasons why Izzy and I talked about this on a Instagram video about I think Johnny Bryant is going to be the next head coach of the New York Knicks. Part of it is that familiarity. It's like, yo, you know the staff already. You know a lot of these guys. Obviously, the players know you, and so it's a lot more seamless than say bringing in a Michael Malone or someone like that.
I mean, I'm sure you have reasons as to why you don't want to speak their name. I've been asking around. Do you know who he's talking about? I don't know who reported that. Who are you talking about? Who reported this?
Cool. I'll text you guys later, but like.
Oh,
again.
it just okay. Izzy was the only person in the room. He just wrote it down for me. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm driving the audience
those...
crazy right now by not revealing it.
Another question on the Rick Brunson front. I mean, do you think that if a new coach comes in, they obviously like to get their own staff, they like to get their own guys, and with even if it's not true, right? Even if the players and Rick Brunson, everybody was cool and everything's hunky dory. Like, don't you want, as a coach coming in, be like, hey, I'm going to bring my guys in. I don't need a retread from the previous administration. And even if it's Jalen's dad, like, that whole thing is weird, right?
So Tony, I'm a big proponent of if you hire a guy, you got to let him hire the staff. That's not been the case in, like, the last 5-6 years in the NBA. A lot of these teams are hiring their head coaches. And, by the way, here's your staff. You can bring one guy or you can bring two guys or whatever, or you can bring an assistant coach and a video coordinator. A lot of teams are doing that. I'm not a fan of that. Having said that, I think if I were a new head coach and they said, I mean, you can hire anybody you want, I would absolutely want Rick Brunson on my staff because, number one, Rick's been around. He's a former player. He played for a long time. He was not a great player. He was a cerebral player. He's a guy who existed on his, like, know-how, number one. Number two, obviously, you don't want to start, hey, franchise player, nice to meet you. Yeah, I fired your pops. Get him out of here. Like, that's just a wild way to do it. I don't even think the team has to tell you to keep Rick Brunson. Anyone with a brain would know, let me keep one of the most influential guys in the ear of my best player around.
I mean, obviously, every job in the NBA is good. It's 1 out of 30 in the entire world. But right now, coming off of Thibodeau and the success that the Knicks have had the last few years, they've not had this type of success in a quarter century. Maybe the owner is the one who fired Dolan. Who the hell knows what's going on? Is that a good job?
Zaz, I'm going to tell you like this. First of all, like, 1 of 30. But in a lot of these other markets, you come in and it's like, all right, we're going to give you, because we're still paying our last coach, we'll give you like a 3-year deal. Our option on the 4th, and you're going to make low money. The thing about the Knicks job that makes it great is they almost always give you a 4 to 5 year deal, right? Like, think about Hornacek got that. Fizdale got that. Derek Fisher got that. Like, they all got like multi-year deals, and they never come in entry level. They're good money. So that alone is like, yes, I will do it. It's a good team, and I think most importantly, it's a good locker room. There's not a lot. It's not like a wild ass locker room. It's not like, for instance, when I say a good locker room, I'm not talking about like, oh, they're like Aaron Hernandez type going on. I'm just saying, like, imagine going into Charlotte, for instance. They've got some talent, but it's like these guys don't know how to win. A lot of these guys don't know even how to be professional. I got to teach all this stuff, right? Versus you come in here, these guys know, like Bridges and Brunson and
OG.
Hart and OG. These guys are pros. They show up to work. They take care of what needs to be taken care of. All I have to do really is put them in a position to be successful. But I'm not going to get like laziness. I'm not going to get people late to practice or late to buses or late to shoot-arounds. I'm not going to get any of that kind of stuff. I just need to coach them on like strategy. Well, what's our strategy? How we want to play. And so for that reason, I think it's actually a really good job, plus the money, plus the guarantees, plus you live in New York.